Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be creating a traveling insert for my half-letter discbound planner. I'll be showing you how you can laminate it for reuse and use it over and over again. So if that sounds good, let's jump in. And I've got a couple of punches here that I'll be using, along with this metal ruler. I also have some washi tapes that I'll be using for decor. I have a piece of cardstock here that I'll be using for the insert backer. And I have some laminated pouches. These are 5mm with my laminator there on the side. And a couple of sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, so first off, I'm going to cut the insert to size. So since I'm in a half-letter planner, I am going to be using a letter sheet and folding it in half. However, I went ahead and cut off about a 1/2 inch already because I'm going to have this be a foldable insert. So it's going to fold open and closed. By cutting off that 1/2 inch, I don't have to worry about it getting caught in my rings. And since this cardstock's pretty thick, I just went ahead and scored it and made that fold pretty distinct, just to make sure that it folds easily. So I'm going to go ahead and lay in this set of stickers. Now, I already started not right. You're going to see in the end that this travel insert is cute, super cute, but backwards. So I should have known when I got started, but I just was not really thinking. I don't know what happened, you guys. It's been really hard lately. I don't know. But anyway, I pre-designed the pages and I specifically checked the orientation of this insert. And then when I started to lay it on the page, I just totally ignored that. And I don't know why. I don't know what I was doing. Anywho, so I am moving over the main elements that I pre-set up on the sheet of wax paper. Most of the decor stickers are from the JoJo's travel sticker book. I think it's JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop sticker book, which I got a few months ago and got excited to use here. And then the box stickers and a lot of the typewriter font that you're going to see in here came from the travel sticker book from the Happy Planner. So it's a mix of those two sticker books that I used. The kind of pink clouds at the top, that is from a washi set I got from Daiso. And I know it's not going to be an online link that I can provide to you guys, but if you have a Daiso near you, do check it out. They usually have a lot of really unique, cute, kind of Japanese stationery items. That is where I got that, and it comes in pink and blue in a set. So I've already pre-laid out these pages, as I mentioned. On the left page, I have my packing list. So I decided to just get some long boxes with some bullet points and then add a few kind of packing related stickers for decor. I cut up a quote from JoJo's sticker book, from her travel sticker book, and used the packing from there. But then I married that with the typewriter font that is found in the Happy Planner sticker book. So I made packing list as that title. On the other side, we are doing a travel itinerary. And here I just thought it would be good to set it up with a couple of flight boxes here. I was going to do just 2, but my last trip ended up being a 3-flight trip. So I just thought I would prepare for that in case I had a multi-city trip, let's say, or multi-destination trip planned for the future, even though I don't know when that will be. But I did recently, so I just thought I would plan for that possibility. So what I'm doing is I'm adding, again, some stickers from the Happy Planner travel sticker book with the 2 at the top. So it's just saying where the destination is. I also have the flight info box there that gives the details of the flight and then what date. Some things I noticed that the flight info box did not have. I had trouble saying that. And then we have some, additional stickers just to kind of make sure I have all the details I need for that travel itinerary page. At the bottom, I thought it would be good to also include some hotel information. If I was going to be checking in or checking out. Again, this might be where it's a multi-city thing, but I just thought I would start off with that for that first hotel. So I'm just going to cement down these stickers now and just kind of get everything set and trim off the edges. I really like how these turned out. I kind of passed right over it as I was doing it, but I did marry the solid blue washi with some blue-white striped washi that I have in my set at the bottom, just to give it a little bit of texture down there and also a little bit of color. That's what I did with those washi. So those are actually doubled up washi, and then the rest are just that die cut washi I got from Daiso. Okay, so now we're on to the back, and I still didn't understand what I had done here. I don't know why I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, you guys. So don't make the same mistake I did. Do figure out what you want your insert to look like, and then when you do it, plan accordingly. Like, don't pre-plan it like I did and then ignore your pre-plan. So I ended up actually putting the inside in backwards. So I put the one side that should have been on the larger page, I put it on the smaller page and vice versa, so that when I flipped this over, I realized that things weren't going to work out like I had planned the insert. I don't know. It would have had the punches on the very front page if I had left this how I had it on the sheet here. So I'm actually reversing the pages. It's kind of a happy mistake. It's not like it's the end of the world. I figured out that I can actually lay this in the front of my planner, and it's kind of nice having it being reversed because it's facing inside of my planner. You'll see what I mean at the end. But you probably don't want it to do that unless you like how this turns out as far as the orientation. So just some things to keep in mind. Do think through what you're doing before you actually lay down those stickers, because it does make a difference. And maybe start with the front page and then work your way inside instead of doing what I did. But anyway, I switched the pages here on the back and am resetting them into this sheet here. So this is a compilation of a lot of the decor stickers from JoJo's sticker book. I also added some of her like dot line that I thought was kind of cute, you know, traveling from place to place. I have some airplane washi that I got a long time ago from Joann fabrics, which I'm guessing I'm probably not going to find a link for, but that I like. I just like the kind of travel aspect of that. But again, pretty much everything else is from her sticker book as far as decor, especially on the front, and including the quote there. It says travel adventure awaits. It actually just says adventure awaits, but I added in the travel from another quote. And now I'm setting in the very back, and I thought that this back page would be good for just kind of like items that you may want to do on your vacation, like, you know, trips or tours or places that you want to visit. So I made kind of like a plans page of sightseeing and set this page up accordingly with those Happy Planner box stickers and then JoJo's stickers for decor. I am not going to be filling anything out before laminating. That way, you know, if I decide that I need to make some adjustments or there are items that I need for a winter trip versus a summer trip, I don't have to figure out how to work around them. I can just write over it. So that's kind of the cool thing about this travel insert, is that it can be reused over and over. And then once I lay in like my baseline packing items, you know, if I need to erase them, I can, but if not, then they're already there on the sheet and I can just erase the check marks, I guess, for when I'm packing. I'm going on a trip next week, so I'll be testing this out and letting you guys know how it all goes. And if you watch my flip through videos, you'll be able to see how it all turns out if you would like more information. So here you can see the orientation now is backwards, but I'm making it work. So I have everything else laid in, folded over, and just am trying to cement down those stickers in preparation for lamination. So I am using a 5mm pocket in a glossy finish. Glossy finish is important for anything that you're going to be using as kind of like a reusable, writable insert, because I have tried this with a matte laminated pocket and it does not work. At least not with a Sharpie. I found that it's just very tough to clean. But the glossy one is super easy to clean with a little bit of alcohol if you want to use a Sharpie pen. It's pretty permanent until you put that alcohol on it, which I like, as opposed to like a dry erase pen or even a wet erase pen. I feel like those ones aren't quite as permanent feeling on the lamination as opposed to the Sharpie, but can be cleaned very easily with alcohol with a Sharpie. I did one pass of laminating and now I'm kind of cutting into that center seam a little bit to try to add almost like a little bit of a gap for the lamination so that it doesn't bubble up and separate. And actually that worked out really, really well. So basically I just cut a very fine line on both sides of the spine to give it a little bit of a break. And then it would just stick down really well with that air gap kind of being in there. So that worked out really nice. And now I'm just going to trim off the edges, getting close to the edge, but not too close so that there's still a bit of a gap there. And we'll go ahead and do the fold over. And I was going to try to see if I could actually re-laminate it with that fold, but it will not go through. At least not my laminator, but that might be something good to do if you have a laminator that can handle a little bit thicker materials like that, just to make sure that fold's nice and cemented in. I also have a template that I use for half letter disc punching, just because half letter is an even numbered disc planner. I just have a template pre-made and I use that as my first hole punch guide. And then I use my Memory Keepers disc power punch to finish out the rest of the holes. I also needed to clean them up a little bit because my hole punch is pretty old, but now that we're done, you can kind of see what I meant by this idea of having it in the front of your planner. It works pretty well there. You can kind of open it and use your cover as a bit of a support for writing on. And so I think it will work out fine, and I can leave it there for, trips that are coming up in the future, and then just kind of store it somewhere else in my planner when I'm not using it. A little bit of trimming and rounded the corners, and that is it, friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also to go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye!